Damas. So the city of Damascus really, I hope, is a character in and of itself in my novel. I had the opportunity to work on Syria the entire time I was at CIA, to live in Damascus, and really fell in love with the place, the people. And this book, in many respects, it comes out of my love for that place. I started writing the book after having left the CIA, really as an effort to come to terms with the immense violence and chaos and really the tragedy that had befallen Syria in those first few years of the war, as it went from a place that was so characterized by peaceful protest, by sort of a sense of shared humanity around asking for more political freedom, more dignity. And all of that, of course, came crashing down when the conflict became militarized, when it became a civil war, pitting everyone against everyone else. And so I really wanted to capture the essence of the people in that place, the essence of the city, the smells, the sights. It felt very important to me to punch holes into all sides of this conflict, to look at the city through many different eyes, and to really capture, I think, the essence of the humanity and the culture of Damascus as much as I could in my novel. CIA. I worked at the CIA for a number of years, and I have felt for a long time that the actual business of the Central Intelligence Agency is not particularly well represented in spy fiction or in film. Not just the tradecraft and the operations, but in effect the cultural code, the moral ethos of the place. What does it actually mean to work at the CIA? What does that life look like? How do the people who work at the CIA actually feel about their jobs? What do they do? What kind of weight does that put on them, on their families? I really wanted my book to deal authentically with the CIA and to get to the heart of the matter in many respects. So it was really important to me as I put together what became Mission Damas to show the CIA, the good, the bad, the ugly, but to really shine a light on it and to not create a cartoonish picture, to not create a picture that you might see in other spy novels, but to really get to the gritty reality of the place. Espionage. It was equally critical for me to show the actual business of espionage in my book. I think so much of the Hollywood treatment of espionage is car chases and martinis and tuxedos and guns and very attractive people blowing things up. And there is absolutely a place for that. I read those kind of books. I watch those kind of shows and movies. It's wonderfully entertaining. And yet, for me, as I was writing my book, I really felt like the world I wanted to show was the actual more human psychological drama of the recruitment act. What does it mean to actually go out and find someone who has secrets that we want and recruit them, convince them to provide those secrets to us? That act has so much drama in it. It has less action than James Bond or Jason Bourne, but it has so much human drama that it felt like there was incredible potential in dealing with the actual act of espionage for a spy novel, that I really wanted to tap into that and show that in all its forms in Damascus, in Mission Damas. Amour. This is a spy novel, certainly, but it's also a love story. And I really wanted to show the humanity of the characters in this book, to not make this just a mechanical exercise around the act of espionage, even as interesting as that can be. I wanted to show the human side of the business. And for me, these characters, there's two in the novel in particular, Sam and Miriam, who break this kind of cardinal rule of espionage and fall into a very forbidden relationship. For me, there was tremendous potential in this love story, because not only do you have the sort of intimacy and trust that go along with the handler and asset relationship, you have the manipulation too, but then you also have romantic interest, love, sex. Those kinds of things all together, to me, created tremendous potential energy in this relationship and really, I think, narrow the gap between the geopolitics and the high-level drama of the novel down to the level of the characters and make it all one. So for me, the love story here, while I hope it's just a beautiful one as well, for me was absolutely critical in creating so much of the suspense and the drama around this book. Trahison. I think that betrayal in a spy novel is a wonderful theme to work with because, in essence, the spy genre is dealing with something that I think is very real inside the hearts of every person, which is that in many respects all of our loyalties are divided. We're all double agents in a way. Betrayal is part of human nature. People do it every day to their friends, their family, their work. It is in essence a part of us as people that we are so torn inside and divided. And how do those identities, how do those loyalties play out? And I think this kind of reality that it is almost impossible to know other people, no matter how intimate that relationship might be, is something that was really fun to play around with in the book because, in essence, even though you get to know these characters very well, you may not know what they're going to do next because their loyalties are so divided. They have to betray people they might love or work for to do what they think is right or because they're compelled to. You just don't know which way things are going to swing. And I think that act of betrayal or the possibility of it is one of the most fun themes to play with in spy fiction literature.